In the shadowy underbelly of corporate America, Fight Club tells the story of a man struggling with his identity and purpose in a world that feels hollow. But don't let the title fool you. This isn't just a movie about fighting. It's a mind-bending exploration of masculinity, consumerism, and what happens when chaos becomes the answer to monotony. Our story begins with an unnamed protagonist referred to as the narrator. He's your typical white-collar worker, overworked, unfulfilled, and suffering from a debilitating case of insomnia. His life is a repetitive loop of IKEA catalogs and soul-crushing office work. Despite his material success, something vital is missing. To cope, he becomes addicted to support groups for ailments he doesn't even have. Sitting in a circle of strangers and sharing in their pain gives him an emotional release, allowing him to sleep until she shows up. Meet Marla Singer, a cynical, chain-smoking woman who's also crashing support groups for her own strange reasons. She's the ultimate disruptor to the narrator's fragile routine. Her presence reminds him of the lies he's living, and their uneasy connection sets the stage for what's to come. Enter Tyler Durden, charismatic, fearless, and everything the narrator wishes he could be. The two meet on a flight, and Tyler's devil-may-care attitude immediately captivates the narrator. Tyler's the kind of guy who lives by his own rules, rejecting societal norms and embracing chaos. After a bizarre sequence of events, the narrator finds himself homeless and calling Tyler for help. Tyler invites him to stay at his crumbling, grimy house on the edge of town, and their friendship takes off in the most unexpected way. One night, Tyler makes a peculiar request: "Hit me as hard as you can." What starts as a strange form of therapy quickly evolves into something bigger. The two form Fight Club, a secret underground group where men gather to let out their frustrations by beating each other to a pulp. It's raw, it's primal, and it's exactly what these men feel they've been missing. With Fight Club, Tyler lays down a simple set of rules. The first rule: you do not talk about Fight Club. The second rule: you do not talk about Fight Club. These rules, along with Tyler's magnetic leadership, turn Fight Club into a phenomenon. As Fight Club grows, the narrator begins to change. The once meek and passive office worker becomes bolder, more aggressive, and increasingly disconnected from his old life. Tyler's philosophy, rejecting consumerism and embracing freedom through destruction, starts to take hold. But Tyler isn't content with just Fight Club. He begins to expand his ideas into something larger, something more dangerous. He forms Project Mayhem, a secret organization with a goal that goes far beyond simple fistfights. It's about tearing down the system entirely. Meanwhile, Marla becomes a recurring figure in the narrator's life, further complicating his already fractured world. Her chaotic energy mirrors Tyler's in many ways, but her vulnerability and honesty expose cracks in the narrator's growing devotion to Tyler's ideology. As Project Mayhem grows, so does the chaos. What started as a release for pent-up frustration spirals into something darker and more destructive. The narrator begins to question Tyler's motives and whether he's lost control of what they've created.